Everyone thinking, if you want to learn a new language, you need to spend all your time revise rules, revise vocabulary, revise verb, revise every single material who traditional school give you because those systems help you to get that new language. But you need to understand something. The real skill that you need to improve in your process in get that new language is listening. In this video, I'm going to give you 3 points that these points support you to understand and why it's important to improve this skill. According to my experience, listening support me to get this language, English, because English is not my mother language, but I understand something. You don't need to revise rules. You don't need to memorize words. The only activity that you need to do is listening. Point number one. Listening is cheap and easy. Why, guys? Because, for example, it's easy because you have a mobile phone. Yes, you have a mobile phone. You have that opportunity to listen every single content because those content is because do you like those content? Yes, do you like those content? But the most important is when you go to the school, when you go to work, when you go to any single destination, you always listen something. Yes? Okay. Take advantage in this skill, in this opportunity to listen your target language. Because when you create that habit to listen your new language, believe me, your brain starts to become familiar with that target language. Because your brain know, okay, Luis trying to learn this new language. I'm going to help my boss, for example, in understand this language. But that content, I told you, you need to like that content. In the beginner, maybe listen for longer time and target language would be overwhelming. I understand that because you don't understand nothing. But in the beginner, you can start with 5 minutes, for example. 5 minutes. In addition, you starting grow on those minutes, maybe in 10 minutes or maybe 20 minutes. You put the goal, but you need to respect your level. You need to respect where are you. Point number 2. Listening help you in grow your vocabulary. Guys, this is a very interesting point, guys, because in my university always I have been thinking, okay, I need to buy English books, I need to buy grammar books, I need to revise rules, I need to revise those boring traditional education, but get a lot vocabulary. But you need to understand something. The babies learn a new language, listen them parents. Yes, when they grow, they start to repeat the common words that their parents. Yes, okay. Listening help you in this way because when you listen a lot, your brain start understand the meaning in that context. Your brain is starting recognize words because your brain is very smart, guys. In my case, I was surprised to myself when starting understand certain videos, certain podcasts, because always put these things, things in my ears and start to listen every single day because create this discipline. And this discipline helped me to grow vocabulary. And when you combine listening and reading, it's more powerful because you give this point. First, your brain recognizes what is the structure in that word. Second, because your brain recognizes the sound in that word. Yes. However, when you listen on podcast, your brain recognizes that word. Your brain catch those words and understand the context. It's for that, guys, listening is powerful. Listening helped me a lot to get vocabulary, to understand the context. And well, because it's very necessary. The babies learn new words only listening. And I copy that technique like the babies. Listening. Point number 3. Because listening, guys, support you in comprehension. Comprehension, guys, is very important. When you have a communication to other person, appear your weaknesses. Why? Because a lot of people thinking, okay, my first skills is improve my speaking. Okay, this is a good skill. It's important speaking, of course, but if you don't have a stronger listening, maybe you are not able to understand the context. Yes. Comprehension support that. Listening give you that way to understand the context. I remember, guys, when I was a student, always repeat word, always repeat phrases, always repeat questions. But when the other person answer my question, I wasn't able to understand because in those days I hadn't a stronger listening and a stronger comprehension. Okay, listening give you the technique, the way to understand to other person because it's very embarrassing when you have to other person and that person give their opinion and you are not able to understand them because your listening is not stronger. However, it's very important for you improve these skills. Pay a lot time to grow on listening. Okay, guys, that's it about this video. I hope those points make sense with you and understand why it's important improve your listening. Now, maybe you are a busy person and maybe you don't have a lot of time in your day, because maybe you have busy work, or maybe because you have your own family, but you need to understand something. During your day, you have 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But you are able to understand me, watch this video, because in this video I give you 3 tips to help you in take advantage in that free time. Thank you for listening.